Ali MacGraw's emergence on the cinematic stage was sudden and electrifying. With Love Story, she became more than a film actress. She became a symbol of romantic longing and delicate vulnerability that resonated with audiences worldwide. Her beauty, natural and ethereal, seemed to capture something timeless, a mixture of grace and quiet melancholy that drew people in. Yet beneath the surface of fame and admiration was a young woman still learning to navigate life and its complexities. The adoration she received often overshadowed her personal needs, leaving her to confront challenges privately. Despite the public fascination with her image, few truly understood the person behind the star. Ali's early experiences shaped her perception of herself and her world, teaching her lessons in resilience and self-awareness long before she could fully embrace her own identity amidst the whirlwind of attention beyond the screen. From the start, Ali's presence on screen felt magnetic, a combination of poise, warmth, and subtle emotion. Audiences projected their hopes, dreams, and heartbreak onto her, believing in a fragility and romance that were only partly her own. In reality, she was a woman discovering herself while under constant scrutiny. Childhood experiences, including navigating a complex family dynamic, had taught her independence and introspection, but fame offered little guidance or protection. Hollywood admired her beauty more than her voice, shaping a persona that did not always align with her inner self. As people celebrated the image they loved, the real Ali sometimes felt invisible. Her early career became a delicate balance between public expectation and private reality, a journey that required growing into herself while managing the pressures of an industry built on appearances rather than authentic connection. The price of recognition beauty became both Ali's gift and her challenge. While admired and celebrated by millions, the attention often ignored the person she truly was. Studios and the public valued her image over her individuality, leaving her to navigate fame with limited guidance. The admiration she received did not always translate into understanding or empathy, creating a quiet tension between her public and private life. Even as she achieved unprecedented success, Ali experienced moments of doubt and reflection, recognizing that external praise could never replace personal fulfillment. Her identity often felt absorbed into others' expectations, a reflection of the intense focus on appearance and charisma over personal growth. This dynamic shaped her approach to relationships, work, and self-expression, reminding her early on that personal strength and clarity would be essential for building a meaningful and authentic life beyond the screen. Love and personal choices. Ali MacGraw's personal life, though often publicized, was as nuanced and complex as her career. Her first marriage to producer Robert Evans drew attention but offered limited insight into her inner world. Later, her relationship with Steve McQueen became emblematic of the challenges of balancing love with independence. McQueen's intensity and the expectations of a high-profile relationship required Ali to adjust her life and ambitions. Yet within these experiences, she gained insight into the importance of self-respect, personal boundaries, and the value of preserving her individuality. Love, while deeply meaningful, also taught lessons about compromise, patience, and self-awareness. These relationships, in combination with her professional pressures, shaped her understanding of what it means to live authentically, teaching her that fulfillment comes from embracing one's own voice, rather than solely meeting the expectations of others, no matter how magnetic the connection might seem. Recovery and growth. The late 1980s marked a turning point in Ali MacGraw's life. She chose to focus on her well-being, taking steps to address the pressures and patterns that had shaped her earlier experiences. Checking into the Betty Ford Clinic was less a public act than a personal commitment to healing, self-discovery, and reflection. Surrounded by others navigating similar paths, she confronted past challenges with honesty and courage. This period of recovery was about reclaiming autonomy and understanding her own value, independent of societal or industry standards. It marked the beginning of a life rebuilt on her own terms, emphasizing personal growth over external validation. Ali's journey during this time illustrated that resilience is nurtured not by avoiding difficulty, but by confronting it with intention, care, and the willingness to prioritize oneself. A new chapter in Santa Fe. With recovery came a desire for simplicity and space to breathe. Ali relocated to Santa Fe, New Mexico, embracing a life far removed from Hollywood's spotlight. In this serene environment, she cultivated routines that nourished her mind, body, and spirit, such as gardening, studying philosophy, and meditating. Removed from the constant scrutiny of fame, she found a sense of peace and autonomy previously unattainable. In Santa Fe, her life became defined by personal choice rather than public expectation. Here, Ali nurtured authenticity, allowing her inner self to flourish in ways that were never possible during her years of intense visibility. The quiet, reflective life she created illustrated that true fulfillment often comes from stepping away from the noise and pressures of external judgment and listening deeply to one's own needs and aspirations. Embracing solitude. Ali's life in Santa Fe highlighted the beauty of solitude as a source of empowerment. Though she chose a path without a partner or children, she embraced her independence fully, finding joy in her daily routines, creative pursuits, and connection to nature. Her past experiences with love and fame informed a deeper appreciation for her own presence, wisdom, and inner strength. Solitude became a space for reflection, personal growth, and intentional living. By focusing on her own needs, Ali discovered a richness in life that the public spotlight could never offer. Her days were measured not by applause or validation, but by the quality of her own experiences and the depth of her self-understanding. In this way, Ali's life serves as an inspiring example of finding peace and fulfillment through intentional living and self-awareness, wisdom and acceptance. Over time, Ali MacGraw learned to embrace her life with clarity and acceptance. She spoke thoughtfully about her experiences, recognizing the lessons and growth that came from her early career, relationships, and personal challenges. Rather than dwelling on past regrets, she focused on the wisdom gained through decades of reflection. Her perspective emphasized the importance of authenticity, self-respect, and choosing one's own path. Ali's story illustrates that the truest achievements are often internal, found in resilience, insight, and the ability to live a life aligned with personal values. She demonstrated that fulfillment is not derived solely from fame or recognition, but from cultivating a life rich in purpose, connection to self, and appreciation for the ordinary joys and rhythms that bring meaning to everyday existence. The legacy of resilience. Ali MacGraw's journey remains a quiet testament to resilience and personal integrity. She navigated fame, love, loss, and reinvention with grace, ultimately finding a sense of peace rooted in self-understanding rather than external validation. Her life highlights the importance of nurturing inner strength and honoring personal truths, even in the face of societal expectations or public scrutiny. Ali's story offers a universal message that surviving challenges, reclaiming autonomy, and prioritizing one's well-being are achievements worthy of admiration. Her experiences remind us that enduring fulfillment is found in authenticity, reflection, and the courage to live according to one's own principles, not merely the applause of others. Ali's presence continues to inspire, a living example of resilience, insight, and the power of quiet perseverance. A life fully lived today. Ali MacGraw exists as a woman who has reclaimed her story, living authentically and with intention. She is remembered not solely for her films or public image, but for the journey she undertook to understand herself, cultivate peace, and define a life on her own terms. Her later years are filled with reflection, contemplation, and the quiet joys of daily life, embodying the strength that comes from choosing authenticity over spectacle. Through her experiences, she demonstrates that true success lies not in visibility or accolades, but in living a life aligned with personal truth and values. Ali MacGraw's story serves as a powerful reminder that the greatest victories are often internal, and that resilience, self-respect, and authenticity are achievements that endure far beyond the transient gaze of the world.